What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Commander deck. This time we're doing a deck that is, it's near and dear to my heart, we'll say, because this is definitely a deck I enjoy playing. It is Sam and Frodo. So Sam, Loyal Attendant, and Frodo, Adventurous Hobbit. Now, a little bit of backstory between this deck. I know they made a pre-con with these partner commanders, okay? So, good old Frodo here, a white and a black, partner with Sam, Loyal Attendant, Vigilance. When Frodo Adventurous Hobbit attacks, if you gain 3 more life this turn, the ring tempts you. If Frodo is your ring bearer and the ring has tempted you 2 or more times this game, draw a card. And Sam, Loyal Attendant, at the beginning of your combat on each turn, create a food token. Activated abilities, the foods cost 1 less to activate, so you can sacrifice foods for 1. So this was a pre-con deck, okay? They released this as a pre-con. I did not purchase this pre-con. I actually pulled Sam and Frodo out of a pack of Lord of the Rings, or a couple of packs of Lord of the Rings. One was in one and one was in the other. And then I decided, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of Lord of the Rings, I'm not going to lie to you. But one of my favorite scenes in Lord of the Rings was when they were making conies and Sam was yelling at Gollum about they need some potatoes and stuff like that. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make Sam Frodo tribal and make a bunch of foods. That's where this deck started out as, and now it's kind of just like a Hobbit making food party, pretty much. It can win. It does things. It makes lots of foods, gains lots of life. There are win cons in here. But I built this deck mainly for my own enjoyment, not so much highly competitive. It is good. It's, it keeps up. It does its thing. According to this, it is a bracket 2. It sits down at some tables and does things. Obviously, it's not going to be CEDH, but it can sit down and play games. So, like always, guys, link to the deck is down in the description box for you guys to go check out. But let's jump into this deck list, kicking it off with the artifacts, like always. The non-creature artifacts, we got Arcane Signet, Commander Sphere, Mirror of Galadriel, Orzhov Signet, Soul Ring, Swiftfoot Boots, and Witch's Oven. So the Mirror of Galadriel here, you pay 5, tap it, scry 1, and draw a card. Its ability costs 1 less for each legendary creature you control. We have quite a few legendary creatures in here. I think most of our creatures we're playing are legendary creatures, except for like 4, I want to say. But that is the artifacts in the deck. Witch's Oven goes great with the Cauldron Familiar in here. I do need to make a... I want to get like a Ashnod's Altar or something to keep this going, but for right now. Creature in the deck, Academy Manufacturer, because we're making foods, so we have to make foods, clues, and treasures. Brandywine Farmer, Butterbur, Breed Innkeeper. If we don't have a food at our end step, we create a food. Cauldron Familiar, Daxos, because we want to gain some life. Dina Soul Steeper, whenever we gain life, each opponent loses life, so a way to drain our opponents out. Farmer, Field Commander. We actually have the wrong art of this. Hang on. We have this art of him. Okay. So at the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your controller's turn, draw a card. And whenever the ring tempts you, if you choose a creature other than this one as your ring bearer, create a 1/1 human soldier. Feasting Hobbit, another one of the win cons in the deck. If you build up your foods and then you play the Feasting Hobbit, he has Devour 3. So Devour 3, as this enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice any number of food tokens. This creature enters the battlefield with 3 times that many +1/+1 counters. And creatures with power less than Feasting Hobbit can't block it. So another great way to kind of buff your board, make one big creature to start swinging out at people. This deck does make a lot of food tokens, so you are going to definitely be able to make Feasting Hobbit big if you needed to go that route to win. Fertilid, Frodo Baggins. I put every usable version of Sam and Frodo that was like reasonable. Like I'm not gonna play the one that's just ring tempts you, or the one that says, you know, all the usable versions of Sam and Frodo are in the deck. So good old Frodo Baggins. Whenever another legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, the ring tempts you, or when Frodo enters, the ring tempts you. And then as long as Frodo is your ring bearer, it must be blocked each turn if able. So there you go. We got Frodo, Sorin's Bane, one of the win cons in this deck. You can pay 2, make it a Halfling Scout with base power and toughness 2, 3, and lifelink. And then you can pay 3 black. If it's a Scout, it becomes a Halfling Rogue. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game if the ring has tempted you 4 or more times. Otherwise, the ring tempts you. So another way to abuse the ring tempts you gives us another way to win the game. Galadriel, Gift Giver. When it enters battlefield or attacks, we get to choose one of these abilities here. One of them is a food token, the other one is a treasure token, and then a +1/+1 counter on another target creature. Gilded Goose to make a food. Obviously, we're making foods. Can't have a Lord of the Rings deck without a Gollum. And my favorite scene with Sam arguing with Gollum about the needing potatoes in the Coney stew. Obviously, you had to throw Gollum in there. At least one. Meriadoc, Brandybuck, one or more halflings you control attack a player. Create a food. Mary Warden of Isengard, Mirkwood Bats to drain our opponents out. Nimble Hobbit, Peregrine Rosie Cotton of South Lane, Samwise Gamgee. Samwise is stout-hearted. See what I said? Sam and Frodo Tribal, all the usable ones are in here. Shire Sheriff, Sorin of House Markov. This one is great. To the beginning of your post-combat main phase, you gain 3 more life this turn, exile Sorin, and return him transformed. And then his other side makes food tokens. You can gain control of target creature or deal damage equal to the amount of life you gained. So, lots of uses for him. Soul Warden, Tashar. Whenever you cast a historic spell, return a creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. A lot of our deck is 3 or less mana value creatures. So Tashar is great. You get him on the board. A lot of our creatures are legendaries. We're not running crazy amounts of artifacts and enchantments, but there still is some. So there's tons of ways to abuse Tashar and get our creatures rolling back in from the graveyard. Tyler's Provisioner, Veto, Thorn of the Duskgrows are another way to win the game. Wood Elves. Then enchantments in the deck, we got Abundant Growth and Griffinary. For when we gain life to make some flyers, and then Abundant Growth to add additional colors to some of our one land. Instance, we got Entish Restoration, Land Search, we got Harrow, Heroic Intervention, Nasty End, Pippin Bravery, Reprieve, Shower of Arrows, which is pretty much Corrosive Grip just from this set, Swords Plowshares, and Thwart the Enemy. We got a lot of sorceries in the deck, guys. We got Blood Money, destroy all creatures. For each non-token creature destroyed this way, you create a tap treasure. Claim the Precious, Cultivate, Diabolic Tutor, Elven Farsight, Farseek, Grow from the Ashes, Many Partings, Primal Growth, Rampant Growth, Revive the Shire, Rise Again for a little recursion, Sylvan Scrying, The Ring Goes South, and 3 visits. So we got a lot of mana ramp in this deck because we want to make sure we're getting as much value out of playing our creatures and things. So we want to get the lands out of the way. And the best way to do that is lots of land ramp. Now I could probably drop 2, maybe 3 of the land ramp and put other cards in. Let me know. You guys want to see an updated version of this deck? Let me know down below. Also, in the comment section, if there's a commander you guys want me to build, leave it in the comment section, and I will try and get it built here in the near future. Give me some time, because I do make all these decks in paper, and I do test them thoroughly before uploading them. So if you do post it on, let's say, this video, it's not going to be next week's video. It might be like a month or so until I make that video, but let me know down below. And also, guys, don't forget to subscribe. We are up over 160 subscribers, so we are getting there. We are growing. The channel is growing. People are coming. And I want to keep making deck techs, so let me know how you guys like this one. Any suggestions for this deck, let me know also. And I'll see you guys in the next video.